Daddy born poor, Mama was too. Walking through the snow, plastic bags on their shoes. Papa selling houses, sleeping in a car. 4 babies in the backseat, underneath the stars. Well, hey, hey, just work a little harder. Hey, hey, punching that clock with work and prayer and a little bit of luck. Make so much money, need a 10-ton truck. Ha, 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 ha.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Paul McMann here with Forex Smart Trade. It is Tuesday, August 22nd, 2023. So glad you could join me this morning here at Forex Smart Trade. Our goal is to make you a successful currency trader, and we do that by teaching you how to trade with our proprietary trading indicators. The indicators have been around almost a quarter of a century, and they are highly accurate yet simple to use, and that coupled with a personalized one-on-one training, which we think is the most efficient and effective way to teach you currency trading, will be the guide that gets you to the destination that you're looking for. So with that, let's jump in, and we first need to listen to our friend here.
Due to federal and state regulations, we are providing the following disclosure. Please stay tuned, as this will take less than a minute. Foreign exchange, futures, and cryptocurrency trading are highly risky, and you can lose all the money you invest should you decide to engage in live trading. We are not responsible for your investment, trading, or tax decisions. We are not licensed financial advisors, traders, accountants, stockbrokers, or attorneys. We are not licensed commodities brokers and do not engage in or facilitate commodities transactions. Not an introducing broker, we make no recommendation as to where you should invest or what broker you should trade with. As you apply what you learn, we recommend you seek advice from licensed professionals. Any trade results that we show should not be considered typical of our students. We do not and cannot track the results or performance of our students' private trading accounts. We do not know what a typical or average student earns or loses trading. This is not a get-rich-quick program, guaranteed system, or business opportunity. We sell training and trading tools. We make no promises our training or tools will generate future income for students, and you may not make your investment back, including your investment in this training. Any redistribution or recording of this material is strictly prohibited without advance written permission.
One of the things that I like about the program is that we do these live trades. I do one on a Tuesday and Thursday morning here at 6:30, and then also a Monday afternoon at 3:30. When you become a regular member, we also have one at 10 a.m. and another one at 10 p.m. And these live trades give you an opportunity to get some instruction from an experienced trader who is making money trading. So you get to see their insight, and it also gives you the ability to evaluate how good the indicators are when someone who knows how to use them is using them. One of the keys to the success of our traders is that we do it's about having a simple yet effective tool, and then continually training. And we have regular training sessions outside of the personalized one-on-one sessions. Every Wednesday evening, we have an advanced member meeting. Every Saturday morning, we have a back to the basics where we're continuing to drill in different techniques for using the indicators. And that's one of the reasons we're so confident letting you trade our money and splitting what you make, is because we know it works, and that we're giving you the tools you need to be successful. I like to work off of a checklist that helps keep me focused. Every day I restart my green chart to clear the memory and pick up any updates. At the end of every day, it is good to review the trades of the day, specifically the trades that didn't go the way that you wanted, to see if we can figure out what it was that we did wrong so we can make a correction. Last night, for those of you who joined We did not find a trade on the session, but on the overnight trade, we took two buys, one on the pound yen and another on the euro USD, and both of those closed successfully. With the simulator, you can go back to the specific moment where the trade occurred and take a look at what you were looking at, which helps you get that level of improvement. We are technical traders. Our indicators work based on the price action, and however, news does impact currency prices. So we want to know what those news events are so that we can trade around them. And the best way to get that news is to go to forexfactory.com. Forexfactory.com breaks news down into three categories: yellow, which is low impact. We don't worry about that. Orange, which is medium impact. I generally don't worry about that. But the red ones, high impact, those are the ones I want to trade around. And usually I want to kind of be out of, I don't want to trade within a 2-hour window around these items, because what happens is this stuff starts to get leaked beforehand, the published numbers, and it starts impacting the market. So today we don't have any red items to worry about. So we've got clear sailing. We have maybe a dozen different signals to trade with, and the signal, when we train you, we will create a trade plan specifically to your availability to trade and your risk profile. Mine is the 10-point signal, which is I primarily trade from, except on the overnight. And on the overnight, I used a modified version of the 10-point signal. But I like to trade off of a 1-hour chart. I want to be 30 minutes into the chart when I'm trading off of it. And on a 1-hour chart, a trade's going to be worth anywhere from 5 to 35 pips. My sweet spot tends to be 10, 11 pips. And I am looking to get in and out within 1 to 3 hours. And on this trade, we're basically just trying to get all the lines from the three different sections of the chart to line up. And when that happens, that gives me the highest probability that the move is going to go in the direction that I want. So with that, let's get going and see what we can find this morning. The chart I am trading off of is something called the Light 6 Major. It's one of the standard charts. It's a composite chart. It's showing me 6 different currency pairs. On this first chart, they're all US based. I am going to start with the middle section of the chart, which we call the majors and minors. The red and green line is the major indicator. The black and gray line is the minor indicator. This horizontal blue line is the overbought line. So when the market is overbought, that is a good time to sell. And specifically, a good time to sell is when the lines are above and they're pointing down like we see here. The horizontal red line over here is the oversold line. When the major and minor lines are below this line, the market's oversold. That is a good time to buy. So what I want to have happen is I want to catch it on one end and then ride it through the other end. So like here on the Euro USD, everybody's going down. I want to ride it through the channel and sell. So here's an example where, had I picked it up at the beginning, over the course of 3 hours, there were 15 pips here. So I would have got my 11 pips during that time. So going back here to there are 3 things that I'm looking for the first part of the test or first part of the signal. One, we're overbought, which we have that. 2, all the lines are going down, which we have that. And 3, I'd like the red line on a sell to be over the green line and the black to be over the gray line. So I've got all 3 here. So I've got the first 3 points. Now, a couple things I don't like here, even though I've got 3 points. I don't like the slope of the green line seems to me to be a little bit less than 45 degrees. I want it to be 45 degrees or better. So this is kind of borderline to me, or negative to me. And the second thing is I like the green line to be closer to entering the channel. We've got a big gap here because you can see here we almost had it going down, and you can see the gap, and it turned. It still went back up. So I prefer it to be a little closer to entering, but I've got 3 points here. When I have 3 points here, I'm going to jump up to my TNTs and count how many of the lines. There are 4 lines up here: thick orange, thin orange, dotted blue, thick blue. How many lines support the sell signal I'm seeing here? And thick orange is coming down. That supports it. The blue lines are inversely related. So what that means is when blue is going up, that means sell. So thick blue is going up. So thick orange and thick blue are telling me sell, but the thin orange is telling me buy, and the dotted blue is telling me buy. So I may have 2 of the 4 here. I want 3 of the 4. So I don't have all of the criteria I want for this to be a good trade. So I'm going to pass. So that kind of suggests, that supports my feeling that this wasn't quite 45 degrees or better, and I've got this big gap here. So if I don't have it, I'm just going to move on to the next pair. I don't need to go to step 3 because I don't have the first 2 steps. Here I'm oversold. Majors still going down. Minors have started to turn. So I want everybody in agreement. I want them oversold and everybody going up. Pound USD. So I don't even have to go up to the TNTs here because I don't have the what I'm looking for here. Where the majors are 3/4 of the way through the channel. Usually I will not consider the trade if the green line is more than halfway into the channel, which, it's almost overbought. So we're going to pass. US dollar, Canadian dollar, oversold. Majors are going up. Minors are going sideways. This isn't quite up. I want all the lines going up. So the light gray is going up, but the black line is going sideways, horizontal. I want all the lines going up. So we're not quite there yet. While we're talking, it's kicked up a little bit. Here we still have, so you know what, because this is flat, it's going between flat and up. So I'm just going to pass on it. Dollar Swiss franc. Oversold. Everybody's oversold. Everybody's going up. And I've got the double cross. The green is crossed over and the gray is crossed over. So 3 points. I like the steepness on the green line. That's almost 75, 80 degrees. I like the line has entered the channel, but not quite halfway, the green line. When the lines are clustered, when the majors and minors are clustered together like this, the signal's a little stronger. So that's a plus. So when I jump up to my TNTs, 2 orange lines are going up. So that's 2. Thick blue is coming down just a wee bit. So that's 3 of the 4 are telling me buy. And here I have sideways pressure. sideways pressure. I want the pressure lines either going up or the green line on top. I've got the green line on top. What makes this sideways pressure is red line's going up, green line is sideways, horizontal, and it's pivoting between horizontal and going down. So one of them is going up, one of them is going down. So, but the green line's on top, that gives me a point. So I got 1 point here, 3 points on the majors and minors, and 3 points on the TNT. So I am seeing a buy on the USD CHF. So next thing I want to do is I want to confirm the signal. And I am going to confirm the signal by looking at what the so this is what we were just looking at. And why is this different? Oh, it's a different pair. I was going to say that's not what we were looking at a minute ago. USD CHF. All right, so this is what we're looking at. Ideally, I want to see the 2 hour oversold also, and the 4 hour oversold. They don't necessarily have to be going up, but I want to see them oversold. So this was oversold and going up, and it's actually a little further into the channel than the 1 hour is. This is acceptable. I don't need the lines going up, but they are. And the reason I want the confirmation on these two, on the 2 hour and the 4 hours, if this signal weakens, I will still get the trade off of the 2 and the 4. It'll just take longer to happen. So I want to make sure I get the direction right. So once I have the confirmation, so even though this is kind of a little bit, is going up versus being down, I'd prefer it to be down here, but I will take this. Let us take a look at what the full chart looks like. So the full chart, I am going to go to over here. Last night we would have got that trade last night had we taken it, but we wouldn't have got it till this morning. So let's see. So we're at the C or US USD CHF. So I want to know what the trend is. So the trend here, it was up until yesterday, and it's starting to trend down. So I want to be a little careful when I'm taking a buy trade when it's trending down, because I don't want to get stuck with the trade going, the market moving the other way while I have the open trade. So I'll take less pips. So I want to see where the support and resistance are. And support and resistance are spots where the candles seem to naturally stop. And it seems right in here, over here, here. And that's going to become the channel within which I trade. Because again, my strategy is to want to get in and get out. So it seems to stop in here, stopped in here a little bit, over here. So now let's open it back up so we can see it a little bit better. And let's save this. And I want to know how much distance I have to either end. And on a Euro USD, this tends to be about 40 pips. So here we've got 15 pips up. And 10 pips down. So 15 pips up and 10 pips down, and we're looking at a buy, and we're trading against the trend. Let's see here. We got 7 pips to there and 14 pips to there. All right. I'm going to look at the signal again. This is kind of a slight up. So we're trading against the trend. Well, this is a slight up, but the last day it's been coming down. Let's take one more look at it. Now let's go ahead and take a buy. We're going to take a 10 pip buy on the USD CHF. 10 pip buy on the USD CHF. You can do that in your simulator, or if you are using MetaTrader 4. So first we want to buy, I want to open up the chart USD CHF. So I'm going to go to File, New Chart. USD CHF is in this first group. I'm going to change it to the 1 hour chart, so we're looking at exactly what we were looking at here. This is a demo account. It has $10,000 in it. I'm going to move my decimal place over 4 spots to figure out the lot size. So I'm going to click on New Order. And if I move the decimal place over 4 spots, that gets to 1.00. So I can take anywhere from half of that, 0.5, all the way up to 2. I am going to take the 0.1, which allows me to have 2 open trades. So I'm going to click Market Buy. It records the trade. I'm going to right click, go to Modify. And we had 14 pips up there. So I'm going to take a little less than the 14 pips to that line. I'm going to take 10 pips. 10 pips. If I right click on this and go to Modify, 10 pips is 100 points. And click the little blue button. It does the math for me. We're going to use a 3-to-1 for a stop loss. So 30 pips is 300 points. Click the button and then go to Modify, and it drops the lines in. I want to see that everybody's in here, and it is. So we did a buy for 10 pips on the USD CHF with a take profit of 0.87882. That's 0.87882, and a stop loss of 0.87484. 0.87484. I expect this to close within the next 3 hours, but I am pretty confident, given that what we have here on the 2 hour and the 4 hour, that will get this. Even the 8 hour, we're oversold. Green line's going up, so I feel good about this trade. Let's see. We still have 5 minutes left, so I'm going to change, and I am going to use a little scalp strategy. And this little scalp strategy, so this is a different trade, a different signal. Remember, I said we had a dozen different signals. This one's a scalp signal, and you can take it on a 1 hour chart like this when there's less than 5 minutes left on the chart. It's called the thick orange line signal, and it looks at what the thick orange line is doing. And this thick orange line is a scaled line. So when it's as high as it can go, this number is at 10. And when it's as low as it can go, like over here, the number is at 0. So when it's at 0, because it's scaled, it doesn't think there's any more down in the movement. Likewise, when it's at 10, it doesn't think there's any more up in the movement. So if there's no more up in the movement, it is a good time to sell. And if there's no more down in the movement, it's a good time to buy. So we want to see if we can find a 0 or 10. And then once we do, then we're going to confirm it. And if we get the confirmation, it's a trade worth 5 pips. So 6 isn't close enough, 5 isn't close enough, 5 isn't close enough, 2 isn't close enough. This is this is close enough. Euro USD, it can be within 1 point of either end. So this is at 0.4, which is within 1 of 0. When I see this, I want to confirm it by looking at where the red line is on the major. And if the red line is past the horizontal red line, if the red line on the major indicator is below the red line on the oversold line, this is a good trade. So we're going to take a 5 pip buy on the Euro USD. So I'm going to go back to my Euro USD. I am going to go new order. My lot size is going to again be 1. And I am going to click market buy. And I'm going to right click on it, go to modify. This trade is worth 5 pips. 5 pips is 50 points. And on this trade, given the success rate of it, which is about 90%, we're going to use a 4-to-1 stop loss. Because if I win 9 of these trades at 5 pips, that's a net of 45 pips. 9 times 5 is 45. And I lose 1 at 20. 45 minus 20 leaves me 25 pips net ahead. So 200 points. And then I just like to confirm and make sure I get the full 5 pips. So we got in at 1.0887. So if I add 5 pips to 87, I should go to 9.3. I'm at 9.1. So I'm going to just adjust this to 9 or 9.2. 87 plus 5 is going to 90. 9.21. That gives me my full 5 pips. It's okay to be off a little bit on the stop loss. So what you can think of, so here, Euro USD, we took a buy for 5 pips with a take profit of 1.08921, 1.08921, and a stop loss of 1.08668. 1.08668. And what you can think of is it's almost like a rubber band. So when we see this at 0, or this is effectively 0 because it's within 1 point of 0, and these lines, the red line below the horizontal red line, that we're pulling the rubber band. And when the hour changes, when we get a new candle, there's going to be a little snap. and that little snap is going to be good for 5 pips. It may take an hour for the snap to occur, but it generally occurs. Some people on this trade like to wait and see that this number, the 0.41, change by 1. So it would jump up to 1.41. But my experience is that if we have this and this, that's good enough. That trade will usually result. So let's see what happens. See if this changes by more than 1 when that candle changes. Changed just a little bit less than 1. Changed by 0.8. Changed 0.8. So we may have to wait a couple hours to get that 5 pips. Okay, gang. Well, thank you for joining me this morning. If you want to be a successful currency trader, our indicators and coaching will help you. If you want to speak to me directly, I am always available. Best way to get a hold of me is to just schedule an appointment. And you can schedule an appointment by going to forexsmarttrade.com/schedule. Thanks for joining me. We will see you again on Thursday morning, and keep an eye out for my emails when I'm sending out the daily overnight trade. Okay, thanks so much. Bye-bye.